Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, March 11th, 2022. What a week. We started off with snow and end the week with some very cold temperatures and then get a warm up. And if you think of the weekend before, we got a really big warm up, then we got snow, then we got cold temperatures, and now we're like in this rinse and repeat. Get some warm temperatures, although I don't think we'll see the severe storms that took place last weekend. But hey, it's all right. We got a busy show coming up for you today. We get you the latest headlines here in just a second. We're going to celebrate Canine Veterans Day. It takes place on Sunday, and we want to share a fun story with our canine unit, Durago and John Parker. They've been working hard even through the pandemic, and they've got a great video. I'm so excited to share this with y'all on honoring Vet Day and just what the canine unit does here in Fitchburg. So we have that, plus an update with our star Kimberly from the Fitchburg Star on a council recap, and a lot of stuff happened at council this week. So we got a lot to get to today. But first, a couple of headlines for you. On-street parking. Today is the last day for you to submit your feedback on on-street parking. There was a meeting held back in January 31st of 22 that was talking about the parking issues and potential solutions. And now we want to hear your feedback. So if you haven't already, fill it out. It ends tonight. All right, City of Fitchburg Agricultural and Rural Affairs Committee is hitting the road for their annual listening session. The City of Fitchburg will be holding the Agricultural and Rural Affairs listening session at 4 p.m. Tuesday, March 15th at Four Winds Farm, 5735 Adams Road in Fitchburg. 10 of the session is to provide interest parties with an update on the Vision City projects and activities, as well as gather feedback from city rural residents on various issues that interest them. Members of the city's Agricultural and Rural Affairs Committee and Common Council and city staff will be in attendance at the session. Note, the session is part of a regular scheduled committee meeting, so the committee will be discussing some other business prior to the listening session. If you got any questions, you can check in with Wade. We will be broadcasting live for this meeting. We went there yesterday. It is beautiful. If you haven't been out there, it's worth coming out and visiting. And note that you have to access this off of Adams Road, okay? I know it's right along Fish-Hatchie Road, but you got to get off on Adams to get into the facilities there. So keep that in mind if you are coming out, or else you can watch it on our Gov channel, F3, the Gov. All right, Common Council approved renaming the council chambers. Tuesday night, alders voted to rename the city's Common Council chambers in honor of former mayor and District 1 alder Francis Huntley Cooper. Council chamber is now the Francis Huntley Cooper Council Chambers. Yes, Francis was a Fitchburg's mayor from 1991 to 1993, and an alder from District 1 for 4 years prior to that. She's active, longtime Fitchburg resident. Francis was also the first African-American woman for mayor of Fitchburg and the first African-American mayor in Wisconsin, making history on April 2nd, 1991. She has spent nearly 3 decades as a social worker supervisor for the Dane County Department of Health Services and later served in the Governor Jim Doyle administration. Francis is active in the community organizations throughout Dane County and has received awards for her work. In 2020, she was presented with the Fitchburg Mayoral Award by Mayor Aaron Richardson as well. Amazing person, and it's quite the honor, certainly, and well-deserved. And we're so happy for her. We'll try to get her on Talking Fitchburg here real soon, as she is a friend of the show. And if you haven't met her, she's an amazing person. So congratulations on that. And if you want to watch that presentation, that happened on Tuesday night at the Common Council meeting, we have that over on our Gov channel, F3, or online, fitchburgwi.gov. Look for the Fact TV logo. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, we're talking about the canine unit. Yes, it's Canine Veterans Day this weekend. We're going to highlight our canine unit next, right here on Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the Digest, and today we're going to be honoring Canine Veterans Day. That's right. We have a canine unit here in the city of Fitchburg, actually second generation, and today we're going to highlight the great work of our canine unit. In case you haven't got to see them in a while, they've been working hard behind the scenes, and they're here to tell you what they've been doing, and of course, honor this great day. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Officer John Parker, and this is Canine Drago. We're doing a really fun video for you guys today, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be celebrating Canine Veterans Day. And the celebration of Canine Veterans Day really concentrates on celebrating all the wonderful things that working canines, both in the military and police, do on a regular, daily basis for our country and for our communities. And I really hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy to see all the things that Drago loves to do, both on the working side and, just as importantly, in the community. And so I hope you really enjoy this video, and we hope we have a lot of fun learning about what Canine Drago is capable of doing and what he loves to do too. So, and then we'll touch on a little bit about Drago's off time and all the stuff that he likes to do on his off time. Right, buddy? Scores. Scores. Scores.
Are we gonna do some training today? What are we gonna do today? Are we gonna train?
All right, today Canine Drago are on a training day. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be training in all areas of our patrol work. And we're here at a training location with many Madison area canine teams. And we're gonna be training on all aspects of our patrol work to stay sharp so that we can be the best capable team on the street when we're deploying in the city of Fitchburg and other areas in Dane County. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna be doing some narcotics detection. We're gonna be doing some patrol work with building searches and aggression control. We might be doing some scenarios that are gonna show to you how valuable Canine Drago is for our community when he's on the street with me on a daily basis. I know you're in the building. Come on now. Or I'll send my dog and he will bite you. So Drago and I are doing some obedience training here. There's a lot of stuff going on in this room, so he's got to learn how to be obedient and not worry about all the other distractions. Teaching Drago, his main focus is on me and only me and listening to me. Please canine, come on now, send my dog, he will bite you. In here, in here, in here. Another really cool thing that Drago does is he finds evidence that criminals might throw or leave behind. And we called it an article search. And how he finds it is that he uses his nose to smell the recent human odor left behind on the piece of evidence. So if you have a set of keys and you throw them into a bunch of grass or whatever, Drago will not smell the keys. He's looking for the odor of your skin cells and other odors that you produce that you left on the key. And then he finds it by using his nose, because their noses are about 1,000 to 100,000 times better than ours. So we're gonna watch him do an article search so he can train fighting evidence on the street. What'd you find? That's what Drago found. Good work, buddy. He kicked it up the first time, then he couldn't find it again. Goofball. What'd you find? Oh, yeah. Yes! Good boys! That's what Drago found. It's not a real gun, but it's one we use for practice for article searches. It's pretty cool that Drago can get a gun off the street that can be really dangerous to somebody if they found it. One phrase that Canine Drago and I have coined is Drago's pack. And one thing that he loves doing is getting out into the community and meeting all of his pack members and greeting them and loving on them and seeing them and hanging out with them. Unfortunately, during COVID, that was very hard to do, and we missed it greatly. But during this little section, we're going to show you all the stuff that we've done in the past and the stuff that we want to continue doing very soon. So hopefully this summer, coming into this next year, you're going to see a lot more Drago and me, and we're going to have so much fun together hanging out at these community events and talking about Drago and all the wonderful things he does. I don't think it would be appropriate for us to show all the great things that Drago does working without showing you some of the stuff that he enjoys when he gets off of work and on his weekends. And I don't go anywhere without this guy. Him and I are partners for life. I spend more time with this dog than my family, than any person in this world. And so when I go on vacation, he goes on vacation. So, or when we're playing, he's playing. So we're gonna show you a little bit of things, or some of the things that Drago loves to do and really enjoys do with his family and his people at home. So I hope you like this. So what Drago and I are gonna show you today is one of his favorite things to do is he's gonna be pulling his little people around the yard. Drago, listen this time. And we're gonna have a little fun today. It's one of his off days. We're gonna have a big snowstorm, so we're gonna have a little fun. Right, John. Drago is waiting for his command so that he can pull that little person in the sled and give him the ride of his life. Come on, Drago. Good boys? Was that fun? Yeah? The snow got in your face? Buddy, come on! Oh yeah. Yeah, you got me. What weight you're carrying, buddy? Are you a sled dog, Drago? Come on! Think you're in Alaska? Operation High Five. Go! Drago's first time on his big swim with his life jacket. Just went all the way across the lake. I think you deserve a rest, huh, Drago? Did you have fun? Hey, don't splash on me. Ah! Well, you guys got to see a lot of cool stuff regarding Drago and police canines in general and their capabilities. You got to see Drago do some training in his patrol work. You also got to see Drago doing some fun-loving stuff with his pack in the community. And then you also got to see Drago just having a little fun. But the one thing that we didn't touch on is, and I really want to touch on, is where we came from. And I couldn't not mention the first canine in Fitchburg and the level and the standard that he set here in Fitchburg. And that's Canine Chase and his handler, now Sergeant Lopez, who actually supervises the canine unit. So Canine Chase was an amazing dog. He really set the standard regarding canine working here in Fitchburg, and Chase and Officer, now Sergeant Lopez, has really taught me so much about being a canine handler and how to properly be a canine team. And I really want to throw the mic over to Sergeant Lopez here for a second so he can talk about Chase a little bit and about the canine unit. And then I want to show a little bit about Chase and remembering him before he passed away. So we love you, Chase. Thank you for all your years of service to Fitchburg. Thank you, Sergeant Lopez, for your years of Fitchburg to our canine unit, and continuing that service through being our supervisor and ensuring that Canine Drago and I have everything we need in training and equipment and being able to be out in the community and doing what we do on a regular basis. So I'll throw it over to Sergeant Lopez for a second, and then we'll talk about Chase for a minute.
One thing that Chase did, you know, whenever I would take him to a school or a community event, or I just let him mingle, you know, and people, it's amazing the attraction people have to dogs and just pets in general, and to see people's faces change versus just seeing me walking around. You know, I'd maybe get a wave or, you know, a hello, but to see people come up and want to talk to me and want to see Chase and learn about him, and then, you know, it springs other conversations. You get to talking about other things, not even police related.
We're glad to celebrate Canine Veterans Day and to celebrate all the amazing things these dogs do for us on a daily basis and the sacrifices that they are willing to give every single day. In closing, thank you always for your continued support of the Fitchburg Police Canine Unit. I hope that we can see you in the future. I hope we get to see you at events in Fitchburg here in the near future. And always look for Canine Drago and I, and we'll always have our baseball cards with us. So hopefully you get to collect one of those and be part of Canine Drago's pack. Say bye, Drago.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, there you have it. Seeing Drago swim the whole length of that lake is crazy to me. And John said, "Oh, he loved it." I'm like, I don't know about that, dude. But either way, congratulations and thank you to our canine unit. And I can't forget our first canine unit, Chase. He was a great dog, and both the handler and Chase Cesar were awesome. And yeah, I am proud of that team and glad we got to highlight that. We'll get that posted online so you can share that with everybody. And great work, everybody at the police department. Take a quick break. Coming up next, we open up our guest segment with Kimberly from the Fitchburg Star next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial, y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining us today for the Fitchburg Star, our star, Kimberly. She's back and she's ready to bring us an update from Common Council and some other stories happening in around Fitchburg. You're not at your usual place today, and
No, I'm
notable,
not.
you traded your holiday tree with a tropical tree.
It is a very tropical tree, yes. For full transparency for the viewers at home, my apartment is a nightmare because we are moving. And so I figured none of the citizens in Fitchburg need to see the mess I've made. So you get a nice tropical tree instead.
We could have been talking about Box City. Instead, we're talking about tropics.
I love Box City. We're not talking about Box City. I love Box City. Moving on.
All right, we'll jump right into it. We had our Common Council meeting this past Tuesday night, and you have a couple of updates from that. Where do you want to take us first?
Yeah, so we will talk about 2 agenda items that were connected to one another in a way, but we're on completely the opposite end of the agenda so that they wouldn't be too connected, which sounds a little funny. So, but that was how they wanted to design it, to create a little bit of a distinction. So the first resolution that came forward is renaming the council chambers after former mayor Francis Huntley Cooper. They did that and they approved that by a vote of 7-1. Tuesday night. The one alder who declined vote was Jay Allen, and he felt that the city should make a more public statement, such as putting her name on like a section of road, of highway, such as like McKee or Verona Road or something like that. So they approved the renaming of that council chamber room. This will be the second room that is named after a mayor. For those people who are in City Hall often enough, you'll see that there's a room named after Jeannie Sealing. So the other side of that was at the complete other end of the meeting was the council agreed to prevent any buildings from being named, such as anything on the civic campus, such as City Hall itself, the police station, fire stations, just anything within the civic campus. So that passed 6-2 after people clarified that did not also apply to parks and, more importantly, community centers such as the Hub and the possible teen center that is going through the works. So 2 things that were connected, just on the opposite ends of the agenda. So you get to revisit it twice in one meeting. So
yeah, no, and it's cool. If you haven't, I mentioned it on Talking Fitchburg that if you haven't met Frances, she's an amazing person, first off. And it's quite the honor, and we're glad to see it all getting taken care of here, and we'll see what comes up next on that front. Turning attention then later on, I don't even know what part of the meeting, I guess I can't say later on, but another piece that you wanted to talk about was talk about a piece of property, and I'll leave it to you to talk us through it. I can't steal your thunder completely.
So there is a property on Burn Road, and so it's in southern Fitchburg. along Highway 14. And so most people probably interact with Burn Road by going over Highway 14 and seeing Burn Road on the side. But so to the west of Highway 14, there was a group that wants to build a wedding venue and wanted to get it rezoned under the rural event venue zoning. Yeah, my mind's blanking on the word. So, but just under that zoning, the Plan Commission denied it, so they came back for an appeal. And so that was one of the most controversial pieces of the meeting, actually, was you had them come in and plead their case as to why they should be allowed to win the appeal to have this wedding venue. And then you had a lot of people who live along Burn Road who testified that the road is not safe. They were worried about property values. Along with safety, they were concerned about having, large numbers of people coming along that road, especially since there is a blind S curve as you go underneath Highway 14, one of those bridges. So that was the main concern. So the Common Council denied it, mainly due to traffic concerns. They denied this conditional permit for the zoning. The landowners and the people who are working on the project will be able to bring it back later this year if they would like, or even sooner if they can prove that they work to make changes. And specifically, I think working to make changes to prove that the traffic will be safe in that area. So that's kind of a boiled down version of what was a solid 45 minutes to an hour of that meeting that night. So
yeah, and you can check out the Common Council meeting and the Plan Commission meetings and the other committee meetings that this went through as well through the city's website, fitchburgwi.gov. All right, you mentioned about the Teen Center a little bit, so we got to go back to that. Teen Center survey is now out, and tell us what you know on this front.
Right, so the Teen Center survey is available until March 18th. So if you have not voted in that, go vote in that. There's 10 questions and they range from asking, what kind of services would you like to see in a teen center? This question is a little bit more for the adults, but kind of looking at what they would like or what they did when they were kids, and what barriers you think there are to building a teen center. So, but you can go read it for yourself. It is up until March 18th. So
yeah, there'll be more information to come. There's also a teen survey, if I could say that 2 times. That's part of this as well, that teens will actually participate in too. So more to come on that, but you can find the link to that survey and others. We have a lot of surveys out there right now, but we're gonna get that feedback. That's always important. Kimberly, thank you so much. If people want to learn more or contact you, how can they do so?
They can go to fitchburgstar.com. And right now, specifically, we have a lot of election candidate questionnaires live. So if you want to know who's running for local office, it's a place to go. So.
Ooh, I like that. We got you hooked up right there. I'm going to hold on that one for a while. All right, Kimberly, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate the update. We'll check in with you next couple weeks.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right. You bet. Fitchburg Star, check out their website for the latest information on what's happening here in Fitchburg. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show, I want to thank Kimberly from the Fitchburg Star and Officer John Parker and Drago, our canine unit. And we'll be honoring them on Sunday. And I hope you honor all the canines out there working for us across many different law enforcement agencies and the Army. Have a great weekend, everybody.